It's the Europa League second knockout round, and we've been given the toughest possible draw. We've got Arsenal. We can do it. Here comes Stadius. Can't quite get it. Jez, go on. 1-1. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? This team, never say die. Storm, oh no, don't do it now. Don't do it now. Cleared. Oh, they've got it right at the end. Right at the end, Arsenal have got the second goal of the game. That gives them advantage going into the second leg. Kickoff is upon us, and I'm confident at home. Into Milo. Oh, Jezovic, come on! Goal! That's the goal we need. Jezovic has been put forward in behind the defence. Can he put it across to Thaddeus? Come on! Get in there. We've won it. 2-0 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. We've knocked out Arsenal. Oh, you love to see it. So here we are. It's time for the games against Borussia Dortmund in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go, if I'm honest with you. There was part of me that could see us being Arsenal last time. This time against Borussia Dortmund, I just don't know. The good news is one of the best wonder kids in the game, Camavinga, he's out injured for the first leg at least. So that goes into our favour quite nicely. So he'll be missing this game. So that's a bit of a weakness for Borussia Dortmund maybe. Anyway, hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's double header against Borussia Dortmund. So since you guys were last here, we've played 3 games and we've done, well, actually quite poorly when you consider our form for the entire season. We actually drew a game in between episodes, which wasn't great. At least it was a draw and not a loss. The unbeaten season is still on, and they weren't bottom of the table actually. But a 2-2 draw with Proleta wasn't the best result, if we're being honest with ourselves. We did though manage to thrash Radniki 5-0 in the Serbian Cup quarter-final before a 3-0 win over Napredak to finish off the Serbian Super League preliminary phase. Now the league has been split into 2, and the top half of the table are fighting for second place because we've pretty much won the league title already, whereas the bottom half of the table are fighting against relegation. But there's a big shock in the bottom half of the table. If we go to the Serbian Super League, you might have spotted it already. Red Star, they're in the relegation group, not the promotion group, which is absolutely mental, because I've had a quick look through this as well just to double check all this. This is the worst finish Red Star have ever had in their history, in their competition history. If you look at domestic leagues, scroll right up to the top, third, second, they've won it loads. They've not really come outside the top 3 for decades. And then you scroll all the way down here, they had a 5th place finish here in 1982, a 6th place finish in 1970, and their worst ever finish that I found, at least recorded on Football Manager, is the 1962-63 season where they came 7th. And now they're going to finish 9th at the very best this season. It's absolutely mental. I suppose this does go quite a long way to explaining why we've done so well this season, have been completely unchallenged at the top of the table, because teams like Red Star and Vojvodina haven't quite been on the pace. Vojvodina have rescued themselves towards the end of the season, but Red Star, I can't believe it. Realistically, they're not going to be going down. They are far too many points away, 19 points clear of the relegation zone sort of places there, so they're not going to go down, but it's terrible news for Red Star fans. But today we are not talking about the league. We're just focusing solely on this Borussia Dortmund game, which is going to be huge. We've got Alimi in goal as per usual. Nihad Asimovic coming into left back, of course, to replace Harej Buncevic, who is still out injured. But Hammerberger, Hendrik and Stefan make up the rest of that usual back line. Filip Asimovic and Isikovic in the centre of midfield, with Jezovic and Milo on the wings. But there is a change in the attacking midfield. Now, we've been using Nikolic, not this Nikolic, the other Nikolic. Where is he? This Nikolic. We've been using him all season pretty much, but Kovacevic, not really getting much game time, has just slowly developed nicely in the background, to the point where actually he is a better player than Nikolic. Like, look at the graph, he's just better than Nikolic, and we've sort of ignored that a bit, haven't we? So Kovacic actually does deserve a starting lineup place, and has done for a little while, but I've just been ignoring him. So I apologise to him, but he's now starting for this game against Borussia Dortmund with Thaddeus Igalo up front. We are sticking with this formation. I know it's a little risky, particularly against Borussia Dortmund as well, because they could argue they're a step up front from Arsenal. But this works so well against Arsenal at the home leg. We're playing the home leg first. I think we've got to go and try it again. Right then, kickoff is upon us today, and I think before anything else happens, we're going to do what we did against Arsenal and drop to balance, because that worked really nicely against Arsenal in the home leg. Dortmund playing a 3-4-3 formation, so they're really going for it with their strikers. If we can just sort of utilise the space that how have we not scored there? That bounced around the area, pinged around a little bit. Good chance numbers. We've got another corner right now. I'll get back onto that tactical talk in a second as Hendrick collects that ball, tackled by Reina. Okay, highlights finished. If we can just sort of abuse this space behind their wingers and where they've got some gaps between their centre backs, if we can abuse that, that'll be really good, as Borussia Dortmund looking to come forward and their shot is rubbish. So if they can keep doing that, that'll be absolutely fine. So maybe what we should be doing, I feel like it's already on here. Play out defence, focus. Yeah, it's focus, play down the wings, I reckon. I think that might be the way to go in this game, to just try and abuse that sort of space that they're going to leave behind. Although saying that, their centre-backs are playing quite wide, so maybe we try and stack it to the middle instead. I don't know what to do really, essentially. Thing is, yeah, they do go quite narrow here, these. What am I doing talking tactics, by the way? When do I ever do this on a video? I just sort of pray and hope for the best, but it's worked quite nicely down here, down the wing. Milo, how has he not scored that? Right, we need to... 2D does not give this justice. How on earth has Milo just missed that? So Jezovic comes in. Milo's waiting. He goes for the header and he somehow messes that header up completely. How on earth he's done that, I do not know. We're going to rue that. I know we are. We're going to rue that. We're going to lose by 1 goal now, and that should have been the goal. Can't believe it. At least we've got another chance right now. Jezovic on the ball, back to Asimovic, into Milo. This time he gets his header on target, but it's saved by the keeper. And the highlight, is it going to continue? It is going to continue as he gets the ball clear, but we do win possession back through Stefan. Nice. He does lose it though, unfortunately. And Borussia Dortmund, Giovanni Reina's through in behind my defence. Alimi, very good save though. Came quite far out of his little area there. Sure. I got very nervous when I saw that, but it looks to be okay. A few minutes before half-time now. Stefan, huge ball to Jezovic, who's through. Jez, go on. Come on. Great goal just for half-time. How they allowed Jezovic to have that much space, I do not know. But a superb bit of vision and free kick there from Stefan. Look at him, just completely free and open. No one near him. He's free and open. All the time in the world to pick out his shot. You love to see it. Come on, lads. And we are 1-0 up at half-time. Oh, we're not yet. Oh dear. No, let's not concede a goal now, lads. We can't let them have an away goal. Good clearance there. Good clearance. And now we've got a bit of a counter-attack coming. Isakovic coming forward. Oh, nearly getting in there. Stefan with another good ball forward. Not quite reaching its intended target. But Milo now can't win the ball. Are we going to get this ball in the box? We do. Stefan, come on. Into Jezovic, who's there again. And scores an absolute world-class goal there. 14th of the season for Jez. You love to see it. And we're 2-0 up before half-time. Perfect stuff. No reply yet from Borussia Dortmund. Genuinely thought this was going to be a really, really tough game, considering that Dortmund are actually loaded up in the game, aren't they? They have their league in place, because obviously we're looking for East German clubs to manage as well. So I thought that might give them a bit more advantage in game as opposed to Arsenal, who aren't in the game, so they're not really properly managed. But 2-0 up against Dortmund in the first leg at home. You love to see it. They're making changes at half-time, and the changes that they've made are defensive ones. Surely they should be chasing down this and looking for a goal. I don't know why they've gone so defensive, but that's fine by me. So what we might do is just knock these off, because we can't really go through the wings now, because obviously they've sort of fixed the gap on the wings now, haven't they? So there's no point trying to focus play down here. They've got sort of 2 players. Oh, I'm so glad we managed to win this first leg 2-0, because this has given me a big confidence boost going into the second leg. Obviously, we've still got to be sharp and ready for that, because it's Dortmund. They're at home. They've got their good home record, I imagine. So they're going to be a good team. Let's not let them score now. Please don't let them score to get an away goal over the bar. That's fine. Let's just tick the game down now into 4 minutes of added time. Perfect stuff from us. Sell-out crowd here to witness us a 2-0 victory against Borussia Dortmund. We are that much closer now to a semi-final. You love to see it. The semi-final looks like it might be against Atletico Madrid as they win against Chelsea 2-0. That would be very tough. 10 days out for Milo, though. That's not so good. We're going to miss him there. We do have a league game against Kukuriki coming up. I'm going to play that one off camera, and then we'll come back for the second Borussia Dortmund game in just a moment's time. So, see you in a few minutes. Scratch that. We are going to play this game against Kukuriki, because if we win it, we win the league, which I didn't quite expect that all of a sudden, but actually, yes. I've just been told this whole team meeting, because we're going to win the league title if we win the game. And as you can see, with 7 games to go, we are 19 points clear. Win that, We'll be 19 points clear still with only 6 games to go. They can't catch us up, Kukuriki. So, and of course, they're the team in second place. The only team that can catch us up is if we beat them. That's obviously going in against their favour. So we'll be like 22 points ahead of them. So, yes, we do have to do this game on an episode right now. So let's have a little word with them. Let's finish off the job, lads. Only 2 players, not fussed by that. They were just like, you're putting pressure on us. Everyone else thinks we should win a league title, and we should be winning league titles today. So, okay. Kukuriki it is then. So a couple of changes are going to be needed. Obviously, Milo's got to come off for Nikolic. Raid Nikolic, sorry. He's going to come off. Also, Jez is also slightly injured or whatever, so Lukovic will come on for him. Actually, the rest of the team looks pretty decent. And we've got a good few days off after this for the next Borussia Dortmund game. So I think actually we might be okay with this lineup to just win the league title and then rest them all up again for a few days, and they should be fine for the Borussia Dortmund game. So I think that's all we need to do. Apparently we need to have another under-21 player in the starting 11. Completely forgot that's the sort of thing. So Meyer, come on for Simovic. There we go. Sorted out. Right then, hopefully we'll just get this through pretty quickly. Let's just get a nice early goal, win the game 1-0, and we'll be absolutely sorted to lift the league title come the end of this game as Hendrik collects the loose ball out towards Lukovic, who loses possession, but we do win it back through Isikovic. Raid Nikolic back to Isikovic, out to Lukovic. Love all these itches, and he nearly scores. How have we not scored a goal there? You hate to see that. Very similar to that sort of Milo incident from the last game where we somehow not scored from an opportunity which looked like it was a certain goal, but sometimes these things happen. Thaddeus Igalo on the ball right now, plays it up towards Kovacevic, who's coming forward with a little bit of pace. Go on, lad. Oh, is that a penalty? Oh, it could be a penalty for us. That's big. I didn't think it looked like quite a harsh challenge. It's going to the VAR, so maybe it's going to be overturned again, like the other episode when we had a penalty decision overturned for the first time ever, which was a bit mental. This time, is it overturned or is it actually going to be a penalty? Please be a penalty. A penalty. You love to see it. Okay, excellent stuff. Up steps. Who is this? Number 39. Who's that? Meyer. I can tell I've not checked my penalty taking thing for quite some time as Norman Meyer gets his second goal of the season, scores the penalty. Luckily for us, keeper actually did get a good hand to it here, as we can see from the replays. It was straight at him, but far too powerful to stop it. In the back of the net, 1-0. You love to see it. Nikolic on the ball for us right now at the start of the second half. If we can just grab a second goal early on in the second half, that's surely going to be the game wrapped up as the cross goes onto the head of Lukovic, hits the crossbar. Again, another bit of woodwork there, up to 2 opportunities hitting the woodwork now. In fact, that might have gone over the bar. I think we had 2 before that actually, so just over the bar from their header. But Hammerberger back into Hendrik. I don't think either of these guys should be shooting from distance because they're both centre-backs and haven't got very good shooting attributes, but they get it out to Isikovic, who dances through the area, putting it just wide in the end. I often think this in real-life football and watching football, like, surely it's not hard to just get it on target. And if you get it on target, that's half the job done. Obviously, this is coming from me, a person whose last competitive game of football was for Netlem under 11s, I think, a long, long time ago. So I can't quite comment on how easy it is to get a shot on target. But surely it can't be that difficult. Alimi on the ball for us right at the back, looking to build out from the back now. I think we need to make some changes in a second because some players, we need to just get them rested up for the game against Borussia Dortmund. Lukovic putting that just wide from distance. And again, how's he not getting that on target? It can't be that difficult, surely. Thaddeus Igalo not playing brilliantly, so we'll bring Kristic on for him. Isikovic looking tired, so Zukic can come on for him in the midfield role. And I think Stefan will take him off for Sani Jr. So there we go. 3 changes all at once. Just to rest them up a little bit for the games coming up against Borussia Dortmund. I am a little bit concerned that we've had 28 shots and only scored 1 goal. That's slightly concerning to me. Like, surely, statistically speaking, we've got to be getting more than one goal from those amount of shots. But maybe that 1 goal is all we needed. I said right at the start of the episode, or right at the start of the game, all we need is 1 goal to win it 1-0. We're going to switch to the TV camera so we can see ourselves lifting the league title, unless, of course, Kukuriki scored 2 goals in a row. But that's not one of them. The clock is now ticking down. There we go. You love to see it. 2 in a row for us at Partizan. Another league title. Fantastic stuff. Wonderful. You thought I was going to say you love to see it then, didn't you? But I changed it up, switched it up with a wonderful there. You hate to see it. Okay, brilliant stuff. We have achieved the objective of winning the league title. The Invincible season is still on. 6 games to go, and we will become the Partizan Invincibles. I can guarantee now we'll lose on the last day of the season or something stupid like that. But obviously, we'll keep you updated with that one. I've entered the Serbian Hall of Fame after just a season and a little bit. up to 6th. Fair enough. Ahead of Patrick Cliver as well. Level on points with him with 2 domestic titles and a domestic cup as well. So level Patrick Cliver. If we win another cup, that'll be quite good for us as well. Then we'll go ahead of him and maybe even ahead of this guy. But today's episode is going to be really long now, so I do apologise for that, but I suppose it was worth it to see us lift the league title against Kukuriki. Again, what I need to be doing is resting this first team training rest for 2 days this time, just to make sure they are really fully fit for the game coming up. All right, who's this lad? Miguel Herrera, the Borussia Dortmund manager. He says I'm overrated. Overrated. I just beat you 2-0 and I'm about to beat you again. I've got to be honest, I think he's overrated. Surprised me with his recent achievements. I think we can get a good result against him on Thursday to highlight his shortcomings. I tell you what, mate. How do I respond to that? I think what I might have to do is go into my staff responsibilities, media, just take control of all of this not that one. Just take control of all of this very quickly. So then we can just, mention him in the media. Oh, here we go. He's had some surprising harsh words about you. I tell you what. Now, we could take the high road and just say, he's a manager I respect, so I wasn't hurt by his remarks. But what I'm going to do, incredibly disrespectful, the boy's itching to get a result against him. Or someone sounds a bit jealous. That's it. Someone sounds a bit jealous. You prick. Okay, Shitty Gel, you can go back to doing all of the press conferences and stuff instead, because I've had my say now. I've come out of the woodwork, had a little peck at him. He's finished. Now, you could say this is a little bit complacent of me, but we're going to stay with the same formation. I know we should probably go a bit more defensive for this game, particularly the away leg. But I think we need to stick with it because it works so well in that home leg. And what I want to do as well, obviously, is take Jezovic, put him back on the pitch, and also Asimovic back on for Maya. I would bring Milo on, but he's still looking quite tired and injured. But other than that, that's the lineup. Let's submit this team. I'm very nervous. Right, kickoff is upon us. Back to that 2D camera as well, because I just love that 2D camera. Right, all we have to do is hold on. Again, we'll drop down to balance, because that works quite nicely against the bigger teams. It has done in the previous few games, as we do lose possession in the defence, or the attack, I should say, as a bit of pressure being put on there to the keeper. But here come Borussia Dortmund looking to get an early goal here, and they haven't, which is good. We need to get an away goal. An away goal here now, that would just kill off Borussia Dortmund, surely. Borussia Dortmund keeper on the ball, puts the ball up towards Giovanni Reina. They've somehow got that in behind our defence, and they've scored the opening goal of the game. You hate to see that. And you also hate to see Isikovic getting himself injured. Okay, well, on you come, Mayor. Swap these two over. It's less than ideal, though, I must say that. And things you hate to see, part 3. We've only had one shot so far in today's game. Okay. Maybe this isn't going to... Oh, God. Have I just messed this up completely? I've gone too complacent. I've seen their guy, their manager, have a pop at me. I've had a pop back at him. I'm just trying to play the same game plan as we usually play as that header goes over. The usual game plan is just get crosses into the middle and head it over the bar. That's what we usually do. Hendrick on the ball for us at the back there. We can just pick up a goal before half-time. That would be beautiful. When we get that away goal, I'd be a lot more confident going forward as Jezovic nearly loses possession but gets around his man with ease there in the end into the area. Go on, Jez. What a great shot. Keeper with a good save, though. Raid Nikolic to put the ball into the middle. It's starting to... Finally, there's a bit of rain here. It's now... Now, I'm recording this on Saturday afternoon. The forecast said rain since Thursday night, and it's not come. It's now finally arriving, the rain. So if you hear raindrops on the window in the background, I do apologise, but I can't control the weather. Second half, though, is zooming by, I must say. Raid Nikolic has now picked up a knock. Oh, I hope the injury to Isikovic isn't bad, because we're going to need him in the next leg should we get that far. As Dortmund offside, got to be offside that one, because see that guy got the touch on there. The entire team was offside, and yes, it's going to VAR. You love to see it. How are Chelsea doing? They're 3 down to Atletico Madrid, so Atletico Madrid are certainly going through. As it stands right now, we're going to play against them as Jezovic, just like in the first leg, nearly scored a superb goal from the free kick, but didn't quite get it in the back of the net that time. 20 minutes to go. Can anyone else play on the right wing? Chris Stitch might be able to. Yeah, he kind of can. Let's do that. Oh, okay. But let's make him a winger on support. Jezovic, winger on support. Make these guys full-backs on defend. Full-back. I'm not bothered about scoring a goal right now. I'm more just worried about conceding. That's what we don't want to do. come on, lads. Keep playing well. 10 minutes to go. And we're going to beat Borussia Dortmund on aggregate and go through to the semi-finals of the Europa League. We're going to be playing against Atletico Madrid, who have just decimated Chelsea. And something tells me that is going to be completely different to the Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund legs. But we've got a minute left or so on the clock. I can't believe that. Extra time it is. Extra time it bloody well is. Right, attacking. Let's get creative out there, lads. Come on. Let's do what we did last time. Not overlap. Focus play down the left and right hand side to make use of those gaps. We need to go back onto tactics. Wing back on attack. Wing back on attack. Inside forward on attack. Inside forward on attack. There we go. That's what we need to be doing as they've nearly scored a goal. Okay, let's... Oh dear. Imagine if that goal had stood. The one that was offside. Imagine if that stood and they scored in the 90th minute. That would have been heartbreaking for us. Kovacevic, go on, lad. What a finish. What a finish. And that's the away goal we needed as well. That was the away goal. Come on, Stefan Kovacevic. Let's watch this back again. Oh, my goodness. God, I mean, that took a lot of balls to do that. The technique on that as well, to actually get it in the back of the net. That could have so easily gone wrong. And that's what we needed. And again, we'll switch back to a more defensive style of play now. Let's just keep this up, lads. Let's just keep it up. Let's not do anything silly with it. As Kristic puts the ball into middle. Jez is there. Oh, he's hit the... How many times have we hit the post? Today, just the once, actually. Just the once today, actually. That's surprising. Stefan and Jezovic look exhausted out there. We should probably sub them off. Can we make any more subs? I think we'd used them all, haven't we? Or try again at half-time, because half-time is around the corner. Asimovic into Kovacevic, into Stefan. Stefan, go on, lad. Just, oh, that was terrible. Oh, let's not let them score now. Here come Borussia Dortmund. Okay, they've got a goal. But remember, we've got the away goal. We've got the away goal, so that's what matters most. And you know, we're still going through as it stands right now. Half time in extra time. Can we make any more changes? I'd like to take Asimovic off, but we can't because he's exhausted. Stefan, he's nowhere near as good as Sani Jr. Or Sani Jr. is nowhere near as good as him, so no. Jez can come off for Lukovic. I'm happy to do that because Lukovic is very good, especially off the bench. But we can't make any more subs, I don't think so. Okay. I'll move these back to wingers on support. I left them as inside forwards. I shouldn't maybe have done that. Winger on support. There we go. Start second half. 15 minutes to go. Today's episode is a real long one, but hopefully it's going to be worth it as we clear the corner from Dortmund. And come on, lads, get a good challenge in here. Don't let me down. Don't let Partizan down. Don't let Serbia down. Kristic, oh, he's gone down with some sort of injury. He's out for the game now. As Thaddeus. Kristic, thank you so much for your sacrifice there. He may have sacrificed his legs. He may never walk again. You never know. Can we get him off? Thaddeus Igalo can swap. Can we get him off? Zukic can play. We can make another sub apparently. You love to see it. But that's two away. What? Is that offside? What happened there? Did that not count, that goal? No, it didn't count. Why was it that one counted? That one count. I'm still very unsure as to why that goal didn't count. I must have missed that. I'll highlight it on in editing if it come. Oh my god, I'm lost for words. If the disallowed goal somehow on the screen said it was disallowed before I don't know what I'm saying. I am lost for words. That's it, really. I'm just lost for words. I think we've done it. We've done it the hard way. But I think as the clock ticks down, come on, lads, let's get another goal here just to really make sure and hammer it home to their manager that I am the better manager. Meyer, Asimovic, Thaddeus Igalo, go on. Oh, not quite getting in there, but Hendrik, oh, good win from him. Surely now it's going to be a matter of time before we win this game and go through to the semi-finals. As Zukic down to Asimovic, oh, just wide. Unlucky there, but I think that should be enough. Perhaps the final move of the game right now is Lukovic can't get across in the middle. Referee, blow your whistle. There we go. He's blown his whistle. We've lost it 3-2 on the night, but we've won it 4-3 on aggregate. ladies and gentlemen, we are going through to the Europa League semi-finals against Atletico Madrid. Whew. I'll be honest with you, I did not see this happening. I did not see it happening. I didn't think we'd beat Dortmund, so the Arsenal game was the icing on the cake. But we've only gone and bloody done it. Europa League semi-finals, £1.29 million for getting there as well. Atletico Madrid await us. We can't do it again, can we? Can we? 3 games to play off camera, and then we are back for the Atletico Madrid game tomorrow. I'm buzzing. I am so buzzing. Right, well, thank you very much for watching today's video. A long one, I know, but definitely worth it. So I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day, a good evening, and I'm speechless. I'm speechless. What a result. You love to see it. Goodbye.